Talk about housing market whiplash. A year ago, it was a buyer's frenzy. Today, there's talk of a housing recession.
But don't let the word recession scare you. As news specialist Ladd Egan shares in this Unaffordable Utah report, it offers some opportunities.
We had been living in an apartment for a while and we're ready to get our own place.
Last summer, the Matsons decided to make the jump into home ownership.
We loved it and we loved the location, and so, yeah, it felt right.
Things then were ultra competitive, forcing them to bid on their lot and then nervously watch as interest rates climb.
I think there was moments where we felt like completely powerless.
That was overwhelming, seeing them rise.
When they first signed, mortgage rates were under 3%, but as closing approached,
We were looking at nearly a 6% interest rate, which we thought was insane, was totally going to push us out of our comfort zone where we were thinking about not doing it and just pulling out.
There's no question the housing sector is struggling right now.
while the Matsons kept searching for solutions, other buyers were forced out as the housing market underwent a dramatic shift.
Many people that had put a home under contract have suddenly found out that they can't afford it. And so we've seen a surge in contract cancellations.
The Wells Fargo Home Builders Index has steadily fallen into recession territory. And the latest Utah real estate report shows sales down nearly 24% in August, while the number of homes on the market jumped 80%. Economist Mark Vittner says the rise in mortgage rates comes as inflation is hitting home.
More and more people have been priced out of the market.
But it's not all bad news.
This recession isn't anything like what we went through in the Great Recession.
Jaron Davis is the executive director of the Salt Lake Home Builders Association.
The frenzy was bad for builders.
He describes the pandemic housing boom as a frustrating time of shortages, delays, and price spikes.
Because what a recession is going to do is bring us back to a market that is healthier.
Davis says builders need to keep building to keep up with Utah's growing population.
And we still have that demand side exceeding our supply side.
It's turning into a win-win market for both parties.
St. George realtor Blair Fry says the cool down is welcome news for potential buyers who recently had no bargaining power.
Sellers basically getting whatever they wanted. Offers as crazy as people offering to deliver cookies monthly and mow people's lawns. It was crazy.
Now it's the builders offering incentives.
Just in the last 30 to 45 days, we've had multiple builders reaching out to all of us realtors with some pretty cool incentives for buyers.
And for existing homes, he says one family recently got 12 grand of their closing costs paid.
We were able to go in with no other competition on a home that they loved in the area they loved and make an offer and get the sellers to cover all of their closing costs, which over the last 2 years, we've never seen that.
While the year-over-year median sales price is still up 10% in Utah, people are now offering below asking and getting price reduction. Fry says sellers are still in a good position with all the equity they've accumulated recently. Another tip, you can combat higher interest rates by having the seller pay for a rate buydown for your mortgage.
As we were getting so excited for our first home was like super, I think, disappointing for both of us.
For the Matsons, after nearly a year of building, their townhome was ready, but the spike in interest rates meant a big jump in their monthly payment, so they decided to shop around.
We're able to find a much better rate, which was awesome.
In the end, they're happy they didn't give up on their dream.
Someday we'll start a family, and it's been just great since being here, so.
We were able to make it work, and we're super grateful that it all worked out through all of this madness.
The Matsons say they will watch to see if mortgage rates drop in the future so that they can possibly refinance. They also said if you don't ask for discounts or allowances while buying, you'll never know what deals are available.